answer to Yeshua.
Amen.
If I lighten up, then maybe someone who wants to know the truth won't know the truth. I can't lighten up.
Amen. Thank you.
If you can lighten up, go ahead. I can't. I may go bald, but I can't lighten up. Verse 10. The seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahweh, your Elohim. You shall not do any work. You, your son, your daughter, your male Eved, your female Eved, your cattle, your ger that is in your gates. Can we talk, leaders? Don't. Leaders, look at me. Don't look at the notepad, please. Look at me. You can't have the gardener and Bell South working on your phone line while you're in shul.
Amen. That's right.
Amen.
It says, look what it says in the Torah, in the Hebraic guidebook for your country. You don't need a Rabbi Moshe. You don't need an Apostle Moshe. You don't need a Moshe Pupik. You don't need nobody. You need the Ten Commandments to show you how to maintain a Hebrew walk in your assembly.
Amen.
That's all you need is the Eser Devarim, Mordechai. Why are you smiling? You happy?
Funny.
Really? You mean like a stand-up comic? Oh, Pentecostal days, got to get it. Flashback. I'm not Billy Sunday anymore, I'm sorry. Where are we? Where are we? You shall not do any work. Your male Eved, your female Eved, your cattle, your ger, the lawnmower, the Culligan man. You don't understand, Rabbi. That's the only day that the Culligan man don't drink. Go do. Do. I'd rather get a delivery of dew than get the Culligan man to work in my gates.
Yes.
I mean Mountain Dew.
Yes.
I better clarify that. I believe it's kosher.
It is.
Tov. Oh my goodness. Please, Israel. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I don't want to hurt Yahweh's feelings either.
Amen.
Can we talk? You know when my daughter's getting married? July 22nd? She had enough of me. She wants out of the house. When she went to dance instruction, I said, no rehearsal on Friday night. Then she wanted to register for the Lita League. You know what I mean, Lita League? Friday night, family night. No, it ain't. It's your pleasure night, darling. And you're saying it's the children. We're doing it for the children. Please. My daughter, And then, of course, when she got older, she said, Dad, that's good news. She got smart. She said, rehearsals from 3 to 4. I'll be home at sundown. Right. Then the car pulls up after sundown. She's fought me for years and years, and I held my ground. Now she's getting married. All right. But your daughter, that's what it's talking about, your daughter. Your son. Don't let them, you're the priest of the home. You wear the blessed breastplate of Mishpat. You are a congregational leader. If you don't guard it, he'll find someone to guard it. Yes, he will. And when you're at Shabbat preaching righteousness, don't let the gardener and the Culligan man in your house order Mountain Dew. Don't write that down because it won't sit well. You won't remember what it means. Write down Pepsi, that might work. I'm having fun tonight. Number 5. Kedara Yahweh. Verse 12. Kavod et avicha ve'et imecha. Lemancha anecha yamecha al ha'adama asher Yahweh Elohecha noten lecha. Honor your father and mother, that your days may be lengthened upon the earth and upon the land that Yahweh your Elohim gives you. How do I know the Ephesians were Israelites? Hey, Shane, did you ever get that? Well, I'll follow the two houses if Paul knew it. Of course, Paul knew it. In Ephesians, he said, children, honor your father and mother as is right in the master, because your days will, it is the first commandment with a promise. He knew they were Israelites, and he applied verse 12 to the Ephesian Kehillah of Ephraimites. Of course, he knew they were Israelites.
Amen.
He told them they'd inherit the land of Israel if they obeyed and honored their father and mother. Honor your father, but you missed that. Yeah, I know you missed that. So, can somebody give me a wipey? Wipey? My rabbi does the hanky schmanky. Thank you. Thank you. Now check this out. I think we may have missed that. We must honor, listen, we must honor our physical parents, but listen, we must also honor our spiritual parents. Honor your father and mother, Israel. Listen, Rav Shaul told the Corinthian assembly, he said, you have many evangelists, many teachers, many procrastinators, many habababagagugagagaists, but you only have one father. Who's your daddy?
Yahweh.
No, not Yahweh. Yahweh is your heavenly dad. You better find an earthly representative of Yahweh who can mentor you and lead you and guide you. Oh, Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Honor your father and mother, that your days, you should have a spiritual father and a spiritual mother, a mother who can teach you Mama's Torah, the care and compassion, the spirit, and the father who can show you the letter of the Torah. You must have a mentor in Yeshua, who is your father, and honor your father and mother. In your congregation, if you are the father, teach your people to honor you and respect you. Amen. They can't just talk to you any old way. They can't just approach you any old way. It's sir. It's may I, sir. May I have time, sir? May I have a few minutes of your time? Can I impose upon you, sir? Please, would you be so kind?
Amen.
Teach your people to honor their father and mother, and you will maintain a Hebraic walk in Israel.
Amen.
We are not Calvary Chapel. Here's how you worship in Calvary Chapel. Shorts up to here. Pantyhose up to here. It's a mercado de carne. Everybody's in a Bible study, their armpits are exposed.
Yeah.
Isaiah 40. Oh, no. 1. Dress. Yahweh says you shall not go up on my altar naked.
Amen.
Amen.
Cover.
Never.
Go ahead, I'm going to offend you now. Skirts down in here.
Yes.
Amen. Come on, brother.
That's right.
Come on.
I wear shorts when I play golf. I don't wear shorts in the house of Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Honor your father and mother, that your days as a Israelite may be lengthened. I'd rather walk 80 years, Rabbi Thomas, an Israelite, than 40. Why not? How can I lengthen my days in my Nazarene Israelite experience? Begin to honor my spiritual father and mother. They may not do it, but they're Greco-Romans. Remember that. We want to do that. We want to be Torah observant.
Amen.
Amen. We want to find a father. Rav Shaul said you've got many teachers, but you only have one father in the Besorah. If we honor our physical parents, should we not honor our spiritual parents?
Amen.
Every BYSW assembly should teach their sheep to honor and respect their spiritual parents, so their days on earth in ministry can be lengthened. So Yahweh's people walk decently and in order. Torah reminds us elsewhere we should not curse a ruler or a shepherd of our people. Do not allow people in your congregation to curse you or other leaders in Yahweh's house. You and I must have others we see as spiritual parents in the faith to keep a healthy and balanced relationship. Toda Rabah, Yahweh. We need a spiritual father and mother. Honor them. I was going to say something. It must not be important, because I forgot it. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. We're not like the heathen.
Right.
We're not like the heathen. You know the advantage of having a spiritual father? A spiritual father holds you accountable. You can't just worship any house. Just like in a physical sense, you just can't join any family. You're born and placed by Yahweh into a family. So it is in the spiritual realm. You're born again and placed into a family. Stay in that family. But if you don't have a spiritual father and mother, you're free to jump because you don't know what family you're in. You can claim you're Israel, but without honoring a spiritual father and mother, you will still wander even though you already know you're Israel. That's what I wanted to say. Let's continue.
It was important.
Thank you. Toda Rabba. Yahweh. Alani Rabba Nima. Verse 13. Number one. No, don't recap. You should have this all down. A BYS congregation. Let's read verse 13. You shall not murder. Oh. It's so hot. I feel like my Hebrew's being fried.
I know how.
Rivka, Azorli, Vakasha. Mahadavar Bishvil murder בעברית. Tirha, אני לא זוכר. You don't know? Murder. I'll proceed. You shall not murder. If you're going to maintain a Hebraic walk in your BYSW assembly with your sheep, you've got to teach them not to murder. What does that mean? We murder. I'm cool. Thanks. I like being hot. We murder keeps me in the action. We murder one another, and we stop murdering one another by not allowing people to accuse falsely, to spread innuendo, to deliver evil reports, to curse other brothers and sisters without evidence, who say demonic things and bring demonic words against other brothers and sisters. You shall not murder.
Amen.
Laharog, something like that. What kind of a shepherd are you? What kind of a leader are you? What kind of a leader am I? If I allow sheep to murder sheep. We heard that from Brother Mordechai in Yecheskel 34. My people ought to protect the sheep. They ought to die for the sheep, not feed themselves. If you see sheep devouring each other with gossip and lies and evil reports, even if they're your elder, your wife, your husband, protect the innocent sheep. Even if it's your wife doing the accusations. That is the heart of a shepherd.
Amen.
That was a beautiful scripture that you read. Go to Yochanan Aleph, please. You shall not murder. That's how we mean. Hebrews don't murder each other. We don't shoot our wounded behind the walls of the shul.
Don't break rings.
We don't allow an evil report with unfounded evidence, even if we have to lose everything.
Amen.
Yochanan Aleph. Oh, hallelujah. Is anyone enjoying?
Yes.
I'll try that again. Is anyone enjoying?
Amen.
Yochanan Aleph. All you need is the 10 Commandments to maintain a Hebraic walk. Where are we? Give me. Get there. I got so much to cover. Gosh. Why can't I ever get anything in on time? Yochanan Aleph, chapter 1, verse 8. Yochanan Aleph, 1:8. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Of course I messed this up. Yochanan Aleph 3:14.
3:14.
Pardon me. Yochanan Aleph 3:14. We know we have passed from death to Chayim because we have Ahavah for the Israelite brothers. He who does not love his brother stays in death. Whoever hates his brother is a murderer and cannot have a Hebraic walk.
Oh boy.
Here it is. Whoever hates, your first Yochanan 3:15. Whoever hates his brother is a murderer. You know no murderer has an eternal chaim abiding in him. We know. But this we know, Hava, he laid down his chaim for us. We ought to lay down our chaim for our Israelite brothers. It doesn't mean we cannot, listen to me. We cannot lay down our life for our Israelite brothers by dying for them. Our death is worthless. We lay down our lives by living for them. Only one's death was affectatious. Our death for our brother is stupidity. Of course, greater love has no man this than he lays down his life for his friend. But how do we lay down our life? Yochanan 15:13. We lay down our life by living for our brother. If someone has aught against you, you don't get haughty, arrogant, and prideful. You go to them. Hey, Lisa is spreading lies to Susan. Susan is spreading lies to Jesus. Jesus is spreading. You know they have aught against you. Do not wait for them to come to you. They may never. You go to them. See, it's like, I forgive you. No. Don't forgive them. Go to them and ask for their forgiveness. See, it's all screwed. I have never. Can we talk? We're leaders, all right? I'm gonna do downright real tonight.
Come on.
I've been in this business. That's right. It's a business. I told you. It's my father's business. Papa Sanford and Son, Moshe and Son, Zechariah and Son. It's Papa's business. I have never seen Matthew 18 done correctly. Never. 24 years. Because everybody tries to look for a loophole. That funky flesh tries to say, I'll forgive. I'm waiting for them to come to me. Or I'm waiting for a dance partner, someone to go with me to go to them. Well, if they've got something against me, they ought to say it to my face. Wrong. If you hear or you know that they have something against you, you get out of your living room, off the phone, and go to them. And you won't do it. Because nobody's ever done it yet. That's why Yeshua told us to do it. Don't look at me that righteous. I don't do it either. Who's going to be the first?
Amen.
Not easy to do. Not easy. Go back to Esher Hadbari. Sorry. If you know someone that's done it, I will be happy to praise Yahweh for them. But I haven't seen it. Oh, I've seen versions of it. I've seen perversions of it. But I haven't seen it. I've seen I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm sorry for, but if that's what it takes to get this behind us, I'll just go with the flow. I'm sorry. Just so we can get it behind. No. You know what I'm saying, okay? Go back to verse 13. You shall not murder Israel. Leader, there's been somebody in your congregation, they've been talking lies and trash and evil reports. What have you done? Have you allowed the accuser to stay in the congregation, or have you given them the right foot of fellowship? Or have you made it so uncomfortable for them that they don't want to stay? That's your job.
Amen.
Because if you stop murder, you're running an Israelite congregation. If you allow the murder of a brother, you're running a church. I'm sorry. Because in Calvary Chapel, you can sit in the back and nobody knows your business. There's 990 people, nobody knows anything about anybody else. As long as you expose a little armpit. Sorry. And I love the church. I do. We have to understand our church brothers.
Amen.
But we don't have to copy them. We don't have to mimic them. Verse 14. You shall not commit adultery. Why? Common sense. Listen. Adultery is a sign of pagan, heathenistic lifestyle. A Hebrew learns to keep their passions in check. In Hebraic assemblies, we teach sexual restraint. We don't stop enjoying sex. We just find the right outlet to do it. I propose that we start enjoying sex more. I'm all for enhancements and toys. But I want to do it the right way. I can't believe he said that. Husher, away. Husher. All right, let's continue now. in the Circes, I mean in the churches, they just let it hang, no restraint, no bridling the passions, no boundaries of a monogamous marriage relationship. I'm almost afraid, I'll be honest with you. Sweetheart, who was the last person that came to us and told us the pastor, oh, yeah, I had an old friend. Listen, I had an old friend who was in bondage, in drugs, pharmakia. And I led him to a place. He was delivered. He stopped taking drugs. He was clean for 10 years. He said, Yahweh, I owe my life to you. Thank you, Rabbi Moshe, for referring me to the right place. Jewish boy. Fell back into drugs. Wife comes to me, the last ditch resort. She said, you helped him 10 years ago, right? This was last month in our living room. I said, oh, great. So how come this brother doesn't go to church with you? Well, he does, but he's uncomfortable. He's Jewish. He's uncomfortable. I said, why is he uncomfortable? So, well, the problem is that my son had sex with the pastor's wife. Oh, really? Well, it's like it's snowing. Oh, what's the weather like? So, my friend, who's a drug addict, recovering, once delivered, fell back. His wife is the mother of a son who had sex with the pastor's wife, not the pastor. It's like, I'm afraid to ask, where do you go to church? I'm afraid to ask who the pastor is. I'm afraid to ask who the wife is, because the wife can be ladding it up as an LAD. I mean, I'm almost afraid to ask where they go to church. But see, brother, it should not be that way among us. Amen. The Torah is there to curb and guide and redirect our appetites. Amen. And as a brother said this morning, we've got to redefine the definition of cleanliness and adultery, tahor and tamai, according to the Torah. When we sleep with our wives during Neidah, we are fornicating. Oh, we never learned that in church.
Right. Come on, brother.
But we learned it this morning.
Yes.
Amen.
That's an Israelite following the guidelines of the Torah. Go with me to Kifa Aleph. No murder. That's a shepherd. Don't allow people to murder each other with a tongue. Don't allow people to abuse each other, because every sin is done without the body. But when a person sins sexually, they sin against their own body. It's a temple of Yahweh. It's bought for you. You are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yahweh in your body and your spirit, which are Yahweh. Yeah. When you sin, you are sinning against the dwelling place of Yahweh. Shall I take the dwelling place of Yahweh and be joined to an illicit affair or a prostitute? No. Kifa Aleph. Oh my, let me preach. Just let me preach. Kifa Aleph 2:9. I'm talking about maintaining a Hebraic walk. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? Maintaining a Hebraic. We know about Hebraic walks. I'm talking about maintaining a Hebraic walk. 1 Kifa 2:9. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a kadosh nation, a peculiar people that does not murder or tolerate adultery, that shows forth the tehilot of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Back to the Ten Commandments. Amen. Shemot 20:15. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Is anyone enjoying? Yes. You see how Yahweh did this for you? You see how Yahweh did this for you? He gave you the 10 Commandments and say, now build my assembly. You don't need 613, you need 10. Now build my assembly. Shemot 20:15. Ooh. Ah. The Lord. The Lord. Did I say that right? The Lord? I didn't say it right? Pain. I told you I said it right. The Lord? The Lord. I. Watch this. You and your people shall not steal. Steal? I could leave my briefcase in the house of Yahweh, nobody will touch it. What kind of an arrogant attitude do you have coming to a leadership conference and telling people that they shouldn't steal? I don't know. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is don't steal. See, I could leave my wallet right here. And nobody would touch it. You know why? Because you try to be honest and you try to walk upright. We all do, right?
Yeah.
And yet, some of us, not all of us, steal from the king by telling people they don't have to pay up. Pay up. Well, Brother Richard, I'm not paying up. I'm taking it offerito, 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 offerito. Con mantequillo. Offerito. Con mantequilla. When we as leaders do not teach our people to pay to Yahweh what is Yahweh's and to render to Caesar what is Caesar's, we are stealing, and we are teaching stealing from the sheep. Ay, ay, ay.
Come on, bro. That's good.
Remember what Yeshua said. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and give God an offering. Right? Wrong. Now, if he would have said, don't pay Caesar or Yahweh, now we'd be off the hook. But if we're going to pay Caesar, we got to pay Yahweh. And the tithe is your payment to Yahweh.
Bro.
Your people should tithe. Man, don't get me started. Person sells a house. They bank $300,000 profit. They pay capital gains, state gains, Ronald Reagan gains, Jimmy Carter gains, tax, death tax, marriage tax, property tax. Because if they don't, Caesar's going to come bite them. But Yeshua said, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar, and to Yahweh that which is Yahweh's. And with Yahweh, we start turning a payment into a ofrendo de mantequilla. Do we as leaders rob Yahweh when we tell other people not to rob Yahweh? Do we steal from Yahweh? Do we encourage stealing by telling the Talmidim that paying tithe is no longer necessary? Stealing can manifest in two forms. From Yahweh and from one another. Stealing my wallet, you've stolen from me. Not paying your tithe, you've stolen for Yahweh. How do we cure error as a leader? How do we cure error in our congregation? We cure error with truth.
Hallelujah.
Yochanan Moshe chapter 8. In Nazareth he could do no nisim, no miracles. So did he give up? No. He went around all the villages teaching truth. People say to me every day, we've got a great congregation. We've got a successful congregation, but we got no money. Do you teach your people to tithe? No. You're not teaching your people to tithe. That's why you have no money. There's stealing going on. There's a whole bunch of stealing going on. We can't steal from Yahweh. And neither can we allow other people to steal from Yahweh. Are you with me?
Amen.
Are you with me? If you're sleeping, please raise your hand so I know. Baruch Hashem. Yahweh. Look at Matthew 23:23. You shall not steal. In our Hebraic assemblies, maintaining a Hebraic walk, we and our people should not be found stealing from Yahweh. Malachi 3, this nation has robbed me. This whole nation has robbed me. This whole nation is under a curse. And you say, how will we rob Yahweh? And Yahweh says, you've robbed me in tithes and in offering. Matthew 23:23. Render unto Caesar's that which is Caesar's, and to Yahweh that which is Yahweh. Is anyone with me?
Yes, amen.
Todah rabah Yahweh. Oh, Baruch, give me that paper, you. Matthew 23:23. Woe to you, Sophrim and Prushim, hypocrites!